So if you're not living under a rock and instead being in your mom's basement on your phone being unemployed, you will see horse anime girls trending on the internet. Whether you saw the pink girl or this one kicking you, whether it's the anime or the game, they're literally everywhere.
Mambo!
This is Umamusume from the gacha company Side Games, where weirdly enough, the anime came first before the game. So why horses? Stupid question, because why not? It's Japan. If they can make you goon to battleships, they can also do that with horses. So the concept goes like this. This is an alternate universe where horses, including the ones who participated in horse racing in our world, get reincarnated as a horse girl or an umamusume. Now that I think about it, this series is technically an isekai. Umamusume are girls who have horse-like features like ears and tails and superhuman running speed. It's almost like they're born to run, and in this world, horse racing seems like the #1 sport, like football in Brazil, or basketball in the Philippines, or pickleball in the... Nobody cares about pickleball. So, of course, their goal is to be the fastest Uma they've ever seen. But besides training hard to be the fastest, after the race, the top 3 will then have to perform an idol performance. Because this ain't Japan without inserting idol culture into it somehow. Imagine losing the biggest race of your life in 2nd or 3rd, like the equivalent of losing at the NBA Finals. And rather than letting it sink in, you have to pucker up the depression because now, apparently you will have to pretend to be whimsical for the audience. Anyways, the idol part is like 10% of what Umamusume offers. In the anime, it's mostly a sports anime, and in-game, it's like watching an actual horse race like a middle-aged man. Except now, you get to goon to the horses. And yes, canonically, humans can breed with the horse girls. Take that information as you will, as Side Games discourages looting the Umas to avoid getting the licenses revoked by the real-life owners. Like and subscribe as a thank you for giving me that information. Although, I have to admit, as much as I'm into Umamusume rabbit hole, or I guess, the horse hole right now, I haven't played the game yet. Not because I don't want to, it's more that I shouldn't. My addictive personality would not be able to resist the gacha aspect of the game. I would be homeless and unemployed with 1 kidney left alongside my imaginary Japanese wife in less than a year. So this video is going to be more focused on the anime because I'm still currently watching it, and right now, I get the appeal. Umamusume has a wide gap of appeal because you can have this, but you can also have this. At first, you'll get enamored by the cute horse anime girl gimmick. It's the good old thing, plus make them cute anime girls equals profit strategy that seems to work every single time. But once you go further throughout the anime, you will see that this anime is by its core a sports anime. And I think it's pretty good. The races themselves can be hype, especially if you watch the latest ones. Like, good lord, just look at this. If I told you that this anime is based on a gacha game, which is also produced by a gacha game company, you would not believe me, but here we are. What makes this series even peaker is the depth of the characters themselves. Whether by their stories, design, or everything around them, every horse girl you see here is based on real horses that competed in Japan. Their hair color and clothes will more likely resemble their real-life counterparts. Like, you can tell the gender of the Umas back then when they were actual horses based on which ear they put their accessories on. And every one of them has some lore to offer, from fun facts, personality quirks, to an actual tear-jerking underdog story that can change a person. If you see characters that are always close or together, there is a chance that they have some relation or history in real life. Like, the level of detail you can see on each character, even on the least relevant one. This is some autistic levels of dedication. It reminded me of how every Pokemon has details and references based on its origins and concepts. The beauty of this series is a combination of the absurdity of a horse girl being cute to the references they have based on their real-life counterparts, and the fact that this company has managed to use the real-life events these horses have been through and package them into an emotional, compelling arc. This is why I can't exactly criticize the plot itself, because 80% of what you will watch here is based on real life, with some of them being fabricated to fit the narrative they're trying to tell. But it's still accurate. And my best example for this is the second season of the anime. To see Tokai Teio, the main character of season 2, get her dream snatched away from her, finding a new purpose to run again, then got halted by injuries over and over again as she finds it harder and harder to even hope for just running. It's just heartbreaking to see. The fact that this actually happened to the real horse and actually made a comeback is more bizarre and amazing because this is something you can't make up in real life. Yet, here we are, witnessing a good old underdog story to make us cry. And this came from a character where the very first time you ever see her is probably from the Ballin meme. By the way, Tokai Teio is not the only character that made me emotional. We have Rice Shower, Kitasan Black, and many more. This is why whenever you see an umamusume post online, it's not just the main characters or the ones that have a lot of screen time. You will see a lot of fan arts from various umas because all of them are cute and interesting in their own way. And right now, we're going to talk about some of them. If you've been on the internet recently, you probably have seen this pink creature everywhere. And I think there's a very good reason for that. This is Haru Urara, and in the game, this is the worst character you will ever use. So if that's the case, why are people obsessed with this horse? She ain't even that relevant at the anime. Well, because its real-life counterpart never won a single race in her professional career, 0-113 record. And back then, when the fans started to notice it, they began to cheer for her and bet their money on her because it's said to be a superstition of good luck to bet on losing horses. Yes, that's a Mitsuki reference. 6'5" by the way, drinking my matcha. Basically what I'm saying is, Haru Urara was already a super popular horse way before umamusume. And then now, when umamusume decided to whiplash us with the dialogue of Haru having fun, then realizing she's sad after losing a big race, that was it for us. She may never have won a race professionally, but she won the hearts of a generation once again. Because this is relatable. It's either realizing that we may never be good at the things we love to do, or the undying perseverance of trying despite multiple failures. She likes running. She's always happy, even when she's losing. This gave the players the motivation to make her win her first race, because she deserves it. Haru Urara is so beloved and popular right now that fans have donated way too much money worth of food for her that would make Oguri Cup jealous. I have never seen a video game character with abysmal stats get this amount of love from the fans, and I think this is sweet. May she rest in peace and eat more ryegrass in heaven. Alright, next one, we have the game's mascot, and that is Gold Ship. Gold Ship. Where do I even begin? For the simplest of descriptions, Gold Ship is the goofiest horse you will ever see. She's the horse equivalent of that one weird kid who will run around and do some random bullshit. She's also a troll, a rage baiter, and the reason why she's like this is because her real-life counterpart is actually worse than the umamusume version. The horse is extremely moody and very unpredictable. If it decides not to race, it will not even try. Gold Ship would hurt people around him, like throwing jockeys or kicking them. This is why Gold Ship does her iconic winning pose of drop kicking you. This is a reference. He would goof around rather than race, which has also become a reference as to why the umamusume version would refuse to train for no apparent reason at all. Instead of training, she would rather sell food to customers, become a YouTuber, become one of the pioneers of VTubing way before it was mainstream, become Colonel Sanders, become a literal god, perform telekinesis, and whatever the hell she's doing here. And the funnier thing about this horse is that Gold Ship has God-given genetics. That's right, this horse, despite the shenanigans, is a pretty decorated horse. He has 6 G1 wins, which is the top level of horse racing that is considered a huge achievement for a horse to win just one. But Gold Ship won 6 of them, and he could have been more goated if he actually took all of his races seriously. This is why the jockey of Gold Ship would not pray for him to win, because he knows he can, but he would pray for him to just act normal for the race. That's how unhinged this creature is. In NBA comparison, he's like Shaq. God-given genetics, have a lot of accolades, but they could have been the undisputed GOAT in their respective fields if they actually locked in. Goldship would always start at the very last because he's always uninterested in running. Then, after realizing he wanted to win after all, he would dash his way to first place at the very end, which is also reflected on the playstyle of the umamusume version in the game. This is why, despite his unpredictability, people would still bet their money on him. He's that good, which they have come to regret, because out of all of his shenanigans, this story I'm about to tell you, this is Goldship's masterpiece. His obra maestra, his To Pimp a Butterfly, his OK Computer, his discovery. This is the infamous 12 billion yen incident where fans in Japan have bet a total of 12 billion yen for Goldship to win. Which is understandable, Goldship is a beast on the racetrack and he was the most selected horse to win the race according to analysts. Now, what if Goldship saw all of this money and was like, no. And that's what he did, because when the race was about to start, Goldship suddenly got irate. He's flailing around in his gate, and he kept being mad as the race started. While the other horses started running, it took him a while to start running, and not even his end-closing strategy and his God-given genetics could save him in this race. All of that 12 billion yen burned on the ground, which of course was also referenced in the anime. There are a lot of stories about this horse, but my point here is, there is a reason why this character has become so popular. Goldship is just one unique creature. We live in Goldship's world and there's nothing you can do about it. What's worse is that he got a whole ass family of weirdos. And that is why umamusume is massive right now. It has a lot to offer. The memes, the waifus, the music, the lores and references, this beautiful mix of real life and fiction, the animation, the intensity, with your gambling addiction as the icing of the cake. This series really got today's generation exposed into horse racing. Like, horse racing? That's old people hobby. And now, somehow I know that Maruzensky is winning tickets grandpa. I never cared about horses in my own life as much as I do now. I could only talk about 2 umas specifically for this video, but a lot of these horses have their own interesting lore. We have Agnes Tachyon, Rice Shower, and Oguri Cap. This is also why every season has different main characters or a focus. There's a lot of stories to tell. If you're going to watch the anime, I suggest watching season 1 first. It may be the weakest out of all the anime. Also, I think their portrayal of Special Week is a bit bland, but this is like JoJo Part 1. This is the blueprint that established the whole umamusume verse and helped make the other installments way better. And by installments, you got a lot of content to watch, for this series started a long time ago. So that's it. What are your top 3 umas? Let me know in the comments below. Mine are Goldship, Agnes Tachyon, and TM Opera O. If this video goes well, I might make another umamusume video in the future. Alright, thanks for watching and see you next time.